Okay, so just flying by the seat of my pants. I don't know if that's even the correct way to say it, but in here I wanted to show you I'm going to do something with this Creative Purple clay that I had left in here. It's not my favorite medium, but in here I made it very small. Looks like nothing, but it's just to hold what I'm going to make, which I am going to try to make a little baby. A piece of advice on air clay, you know, it has to stay very tight or it will air dry and not be very useful. In here I am really just conditioning this clay with my hands and a little bit of water until I feel that the consistency plays, you know, it's not crumbling, which seems like that's what is the case with this one because it's really old. I do have a new one that I just didn't want to open because I just wanted to try with these so it doesn't go to waste. And I'm gonna make a very small baby. Okay, so I'm gonna start by applying it. I did mention to use floral tape to cover the aluminum foil, but I am not doing that, as you can see, because I'm just gonna build it. What I'm doing is I'm using very little and just dipping my hands in water and smoothing it out with water to form a layer, and on top of that I'm gonna form yet another layer. Okay, and using bits and pieces I want to try and cover the neck and smooth it out. I mean, it looks chunky to me. I'm sure it to you too. But what I'm saying is, you know, that's the way you do it. Like right now, this piece of clay should be inside this bag, which is really a toughie. I'm gonna put a little bit of water inside the bag and close it just so it stays moist. And then I'm gonna continue building in here around and smoothing out. This is paper, so I mean, you know, it will shape in whatever form you want it, but you have to build it small pieces at a time. It's not like you can, it doesn't have the same consistency. Okay, so I'm back, and as you can see, I'm just adding layers and layers and layers, and that's how you build the body up. That's how I do it. Honestly and obviously, if my Creative clay was not old, probably it will be a lot easier. I know that it is because, you know, so you do shape it with your hands just in the same way, and it just keeps accommodating in there. The easy thing with this is that since it's paper and you can totally like shape it with just getting your fingers wet a little bit, you know. I'm gonna make like a little baby, so see if I can do the same thing, build a head around it. Make a little ball in there, and shape it in there just like we did with polymer clay. You know? And what the key with this is, for me at least, is what I think, what I do, is that you let it dry and then you come back and you add more layers. And for adding layers, you can just come back the next day because this will be good next day. But like, you have to make of course, planned. I mean, like if you wanted to say, for instance, you were going to an art show and you're taking your dolls, you wouldn't be making a doll today to take it tomorrow or even in the next 3 days, you know? You need time. So the more you condition it, the more pliable it gets, you know? And another way that I know that I think I've done it is like I just take the paper clay, just condition it enough in my hands that it's not going to fall apart, and make a body with it with nothing inside. I know I've done that before. This one is just not looking like it want to work with me. But I know I've done it. It seems like, I don't know if this happens to you girls, but if I'm not much into the material or whatever it is, I stop and I just stop creating with that specific material. And that's what happened with me and clay. Although I see many very beautiful dolls that are made out of air clay, and I just wonder how they do it. How do they come up with working with it? But it's a medium like anybody else, anything else. Some people like it and others don't. But it's very moldable, if that's even a word. And remember, you can buff this after it's dry. So if it is lumpy, you could totally buff it, you know. And I will not be making any indentations or holes yet, because I probably have to come back to this after it's dry and add more layers, you know. But see what I mean? Even the head is not as round as I like it, so I'm gonna have to add more to the head. But I guess I just don't like it because it's kind of messy. But in there you have it, right? And I think I'm going to do some indentations in here for where the arms and the legs are, because I think this might sustain it. And the other thing that I don't do is that I don't like, since it's wet and it will totally like disintegrate in your arms, I don't drill it just yet. You know, I'm sorry, I drill it. I don't make holes just now, although you could. So see, the head is improving, getting better, bigger. This is a baby and just wanting to paint the face. I'm not gonna build it. And another thing I have is that I have 2 bowls of water. One is with dirty water and the other one is with clean water. And I have a paper towel, sorry. You see, to clean my hands. Because when you get too much clay in your hands, you can't really work very well. So we will see how this one looks tomorrow, which is one of the reasons why I didn't pick air clay, because I don't like working on top of fabric and I didn't like it. So see, it's looking more and more like what I want. I actually could add more clay. See, I'm trying to make something like this. So see the head? Really is what you put on top after these are dry and everything. Let's see. this point, I think I'm gonna add a little bit here, just so it looks more like it has a chin.